it's Holly Marie King, and we are back with the Emblem Knights Rough Draft. And this is Rukia. If you don't know already. So, let's just get started. Chapter 16. Sorry, it's such a small word. I have to read it again. The group stopped for the night in a small clearing. There was a stream that ran by them for the horse, and there was enough room for a fire to set for dinner. All right, Joey and Yuri water the horses. John and Murphy gather some rocks for sitting on. Daisuke and Alex gather some wood. Roy and me will get the supplies out for cooking dinner. Ray ordered everyone went out to... Ow! Why are you biting me? I know it's love bites, but don't do it. Ray ordered everyone went out to do so as they were told. Yuri sighed. Why do I always get stuck with the simple job, she whined. Ray was standing nearby, getting food and pots out of one of their traveling packs. Because I want you to start out with the small job and rotate about until you understand how this group works. Until then, all of us are going to be stuck with who I put you with. Excuse me. After I tell you to do every single job we have, I'll reassign people with the people I see fit to go with. Whew. Ray said, tired of Yuri's complaining. Is that understood? Yuri sighed. Yes, she said as she brushed the horses. Joey hummed as he played in the water and patted the horses' noses. Good horsey, he'd say. Why can't I enjoy things like you? Yuri asked him, bending down to the water. Would you not lean on my keyboard? Because you think that people give you these jobs because you're a girl, Joey told her. On one hand, I could see it as this job was given to me because I'm the youngest, or I can see it as a chance to prove myself, or even I'll eventually get to do something else, but for now this is what I have to do. So it really doesn't matter to me, because if you think too much about something, the more miserable you're going to be. All I'm thinking is how cool it is to finally be going on an adventure. He was right in so many ways. Joey, you are my hero, Yuri said, still standing by the horse. Move, Alex grunted. Sorry. Don't step on my keyboard. He moved away from the horse and closer to the edge of the stream. Alex grabbed beds from the horse and brought them closer to the fire so they could stay extra warm that night. Where are you going? What you doing? You should take the load off the horse before you brush them, he told her. Yuri smiled. Alex didn't completely hate her. He was just mad at her, and that was a big difference. Thank you, she said quietly, as she began to take the pack off of one of the horses. It was heavier than she expected and pulled too hard on part of it. It gave way to her tugging, and she fell backwards. Next thing she knew, she was being held up by Alex. Do not step on my keyboard. Thank you. When you do, make sure you ask someone to help you, he said, helping her onto her feet once more. The bags are extremely heavy. Oh, Yuri said, blushing with embarrassment. I still need your help taking it off, though, Alex informed her. Right. Yuri grabbed the bag and helped Alex bring it to the ground. Thanks. Just be careful. You almost scared the horse away, Alex said harshly. He grabbed 2 more beds and brought them towards the fire. Take that back, Joey shouted, getting out of the stream. Yuri grabbed her brother and covered his mouth as he could yell. So he couldn't yell anymore, actually. Joey, no, please don't bother Alex. I made him just a little upset today. Even so, he has no right to talk to you that way, Joey protested after she had released him. You'll be back. I don't know, Yuri looked after Alex, who was rolling out the beds. I pretty much called him a liar when he told me about his twin sister. What? Joey looked over at Alex. That's it? Well, I believe, and this is only a guess, that she was killed when the 2 of them were 10. Yuri's eyes grew wide. She realized that Alex was 18. That means that his sister was taken at the exact same time as ours was. Do you think that the 2 of them met before they died? Joey asked his sister. Yuri didn't answer. She was rubbing her eyes with her arm. Yuri, what's wrong? Yuri began to cry. She squatted on the ground and cried as though she was the 8-year-old girl again, realizing that her sister was going to go to her death, and her parents didn't even care. I'm so stupid, she cried. All this time I felt bad for just me losing my sister, and finally when someone else reaches out to me about their loss, I shut them down as if I was the only one who could possibly feel bad about losing someone. You know, A simple sorry would have been fine. Alex's voice reached her ears. Yuri moved her arm. Even though tears still flowed freely, she saw him standing in front of her. She stood and gave him a big hug. I'm so sorry. Is there any way you could forgive me? She asked, still crying. Well, there's one thing, Alex said. Name it, Yuri said. The tears just kept flowing. You could stop crying, Alex told her. Yuri pulled away from him, but still held tightly to the sides of his shirt. He smiled warmly at her. Those tears don't suit you. It's true. They really don't. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it, Yuri said, wiping the tears away. She smiled now. It felt so good to finally let it all out, though. I see, John said from out of nowhere. Then Alex should have just let you cry even longer. The group of men had gathered, and they all laughed at this remark. Hey, small fry, Roy said to Yuri. What? Yuri asked, bristling at the name he gave her. I bet that I can name every sword there is faster than you can. I got a cat hair or something in my eye. Holy wow. That it, he said, pretending to examine his nails. Ow. Don't do it, eyeball. Oh, God. You're on. Yuri stomped off towards the fire. Thanks, Roy. Roy winked at him. Well, it's worth it getting my butt whipped by her to get her mind off of her sorrows, he said, walking towards the fire. So this is the rough draft. I don't know if I mentioned that we were reading the rough draft because I forget to mention that. But yeah, this is the rough draft. Well, I put it in the title, so whatever. But anyway, if you are interested in reading the final draft, not this draft, I will put it in the description below. Of course, I will be reading the whole book on my channel, so if you don't want to buy it, it's no big deal. I do this more for me than anyone anyway. And I promise you, Yuri's not so emotional in the final draft as she is in the rough draft. Well, that might be an empty promise. I don't know, whatever. But she's crazy in this one. I don't know what I was thinking was writing it. I was like 16, so maybe. But yeah, anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye!